Hey everybody, so I know the title of this video is quite alarming. It's been a tumultuous period recently, to say the least, and I wanted to I wanted to keep you guys abreast of what was going on, but there were many facts that needed to be gathered. I had to go through the difficult process of notifying my family and my friends and loved ones and my workmates and stuff. In the meantime, since the time that I found out that my cancer had come back, I was recording, making videos of how I was feeling at the time, what was going on, with the intent of doing a compilation of those videos when the time was right. And now that we have most of the facts have fallen into place, we have an idea of what's going on, a better idea. And the last of my coworkers was actually notified today. It's time to bring you guys behind the scenes and kind of show you the process that I went through during the past over a month, about a month and a half. So without further ado, here is a compilation of 4 videos that I recorded starting on the 29th of November. So it is Wednesday, the 25th of November, 2020. I tried to record this a couple of times already yesterday, and I said to give up on it. But I'm praying the Lord to give me strength today, so here we go. So on Monday, I was called by Dr. SITREP, my radiologist, and she said that the results of my PET scan came back, and she didn't like what she saw. She was very concerned. And she said that the scan showed a tumor on my lung, actually 2 or 3 of them. No indication of size or anything like that, but she was very concerned. So she was going to, get with Dr. Gopalin, who is my oncologist. So I get a call to go to make an appointment to see Dr. Gopalin the next day. So I figured, we're going to go in there, we're going to talk about, my treatment, surgical options, whatever it is. So we go in, the wife and I, talking to Dr. Gopalin at the VA, and she dropped the bomb, guys. So essentially, not only did my cancer metastasize to my lung, but apparently one of them is about 2 inches long. And all indications are that it is the same cancer that I had in my throat, which is oropharyngeal squamous cell carcinoma. This time, yeah, it shows. Matter of fact, it's not just 3 places on my lung. This one tumor is about 2 inches long. It's in the lining of my lung, and also it's in an area above, in tissue above the area where my surgeon removed all that tissue during the radical tonsillectomy. So the bottom line is this type of metastasization of this particular strain of cancer is not operable. So the bottom line is I'm terminal. Yeah. So here we were thinking we were going in to talk about, surgery or chemotherapy or whatever, and I find out that I'm not going to make it. So here's the bottom line: without treatment, the mean lifespan is about 6 months. So it could be more, could be less. If I decide to have treatment, I could go as much as 12 to 18 months. There's one other thing that is kind of hanging out there. So Wednesday or Thursday, I think it is, the 3rd of December, I'm going to go in for a biopsy of the
um, the tumor on my lung. And they send that off to some biomedical research place or whatever. Not sure what exactly that is. But in 2 to 3 weeks, they come back and they let you know. There's apparently a whole list of proteins out there. I think it was proteins. That if you have one of these proteins, there's a certain treatment, a drug, and I can't remember the name of it, sorry, that they can use that is very, very promising. But the bottom line is, I won't be cured. This thing is going to win. So the best news is, I mean, people have lived like 5 years, taking this drug. But the bottom line is, if I don't have that protein, that's not an option, and I'm back to the maximum I'm going to live is probably about 18 months. So the doc was kind of like, hey, let me know as soon as you can, because if I decide to go forward with treatment, I can go with just a generic chemotherapy treatment, and that's I think it's like 3 drugs, and that's a 12-week. The initial process is 12 weeks, and it's not going to be as bad as the mass dose I had this time last year, October-November time frame. I had my first ever chemo, where they attached the grenade to me for 4 days of the 5FU. That was about as aggressive chemotherapy treatment you can get anywhere at any time. So it's not going to be that bad. And I figured that was tolerable. But I have to let them know soon, because the first thing they need to do is, remember I had that port in my neck? I have to go back in, and they're going to put another port in, because I'm going to be going back into chemotherapy. It's going to be weekly treatments again for 12 weeks. And then after that, I think the 12-week cycle starts over again. So they have different drugs that they use throughout the 12 weeks, and then it starts over again. I could be wrong about this, but this is kind of my first stab. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I was just drinking from a fire hose yesterday. Thank God Dr. Gopalan and I wrote it down. I should have brought it with me before I did this video, but I didn't. So, if I decide to go with treatment, and I do have one of these proteins, I'm pretty sure that initial 12-week cycle still happens, and then when I start the maintenance part of the chemotherapy, I just have that one drug, I think, every week. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. So, I mean, right now, I personally lean toward going for treatment. And there's financial considerations I have to think about. It's just so much right now. It's just crazy. And I mean, my family, I told them, I mean, they took it pretty well. I think everybody's still kind of in shock. But as much support as they give me, I got to tell you, I feel like I'm on an island right now. I mean, it feels like I was just picked up by helicopter, dropped off on the island, and I'm watching the helicopter fly away. And that's it. It sucks. It's really tough. But I got to put it in the hands of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I mean, He's given me strength so far. He's given me strength right now. Thank you, Lord. I mean, I've always had a fair relationship with Him my whole life. It's been closer in recent years. It's about to get much closer. But I guess the enabling learning objective for you guys out there, you watching right now, is don't wait. Take the time to get right with God and get your life right before it's too late. So I think that's where I'm going to leave this one, guys. so a lot to take in. I'm going to document it as much as I can either way, just so hopefully, God forbid, if you're a person out there that's been recently diagnosed, at least you can watch my experience, and hopefully you get something that'll help you. All right, that's all I got right now. Take care. Bye. So I thought I'd just give you a quick update, let you know what's going on. Actually, not a whole lot going on. The only thing I can really tell you is kind of how I'm feeling. So next week we'll get the results back from the biomed guys, as far as the deciding which of the 3 tracks that I'm on. Pretty nervous about it, I gotta tell you. I'm scared to death, but it's gonna be what it is, guys. Nothing I can do. Feeling wise, I'm feeling okay, but I'm starting to feel some effects of this cancer, these tumors growing. I'm starting to feel a difference in my throat. It's getting a little more difficult to swallow lately. Yeah, it feels kind of like it did before surgery, like I got something there. I can't feel anything on the outside or anything, but yeah, something's definitely different, and I'm starting to get a little bit of pain, and swallowing food is getting much more difficult. I don't know the word. I feel like I'm stealing around, like I can't be honest with everybody. Well, that's one thing I can talk to you about. I did contact work, kind of on the sly. I said, hey, I've been sick before. I can always come back. What if? Like, I kind of have a friend that has cancer, and it might come back. Would he still have short-term disability benefits? That's just, like I told you guys before. I mean, at some point, I'm probably going to become, I'm thinking I might, I don't know, but I'm preparing for the likelihood that I'm not going to be able to travel. And then that means that if I can't travel, I am not really capable of fulfilling my responsibilities in my position, and which means I'll have to, sorry about that, I'll have to go out on short-term or long-term disability. So I have to get prepared for that eventuality. I mean, I can't just rest on my laurels and wait for it to happen. I got to start asking those questions now. So it's time to make those decisions. I am making educated decisions, smart decisions. So I don't know what else to talk about right now. That's pretty much the gist of what's going on, guys. If I think anything, I'll append. I will add to this video a little later. If not, it'll have to stand on its own. All right, bye. So it's Christmas Eve. I got my Santa hat on, and we were hoping to get some information back on my biomarker sample, but that didn't happen. So I started calling the oncology department, Dr. Gopalin at the VA this morning, and it kept going to voicemail, which is not uncommon for that department. They're pretty busy, unfortunately. So I sent the secure message about 11:30. Nobody responded to it. Calling, I finally tried to get a hold of my social worker, Carol, and another social worker who was on duty. Picked up, Jennifer, I guess her name was. She sounded really nice. And she checked my records to see if there was any mention of the results, and there was nothing there. She told me that the oncology department had closed earlier today, so there was nobody there. So the bottom line is we won't get any results until Monday. Maybe that's a blessing in disguise. Kind of no news is good news, right? I mean, I really want to know what's going on, but maybe the timing isn't right. So we can enjoy Christmas Day tomorrow without having to worry about it, to talk about it, discuss any of that. So, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, Merry Christmas, and we'll find out on Monday. That's it. Bye. So, the saga continues. It is Saturday, the 2nd of January, 2021. and I haven't, completed out this thing because the family was here. We're just enjoying our time together. So on Wednesday, the 30th of December, on Christmas Eve, I finally got a call from the VA from Kari, Dr. Gopal's assistant, who's a nurse. And she broke the news with Dr. Gopal's permission that the results of my biomarkers came back and my reading was around 80 or a little over 80. So I am cleared for Keytruda. So I was sitting in the living room, I took that call, I kind of hung up, and I looked at the family, and I'm kind of like, hey, here's the deal. And we just had a big hug fest and a moment of relief, to say the least. And so kind of that's where we're at. I'll find out the rest of it when I go in on the 6th for, I was scheduled for just regular chemotherapy. So I'm going to go on the 6th now, and instead of just going right into the chair, I'll sit down with Dr. Gopal and we'll go over what the implications are. But one of the things I thought was kind of strange was Kari asked me, or told me that I could go with just straight Keytruda, or I could go with Keytruda and chemotherapy. So I'm going to have to make that decision when I go in on the 6th after discussion with Dr. G. So what a trip. So here I was thinking of all the things that I was going to sell. I actually started taking pictures of some of this stuff for Craigslist because it's kind of hope for the best, plan for the worst, right? And like I said, I left it in the Lord's hands. I kind of figured it would go the worst way, the worst possible course of action. But it didn't, of course. It went the best possible course of action. Who knew? So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I guess the good Lord has something planned for me. So he's going to keep me around for a while. But anyway, that's where we're at, guys. Well, hopefully we're coming to the end of this whole secret squirrel saga. So I can let the cat out of the bag and you guys can kind of watch these videos and catch up to what's been kind of happening behind the scenes with all this. But I still need to find out what all the implications are with this drug, what the implications are with not only my quality of life, but my quality of life as it pertains to work. Can I travel? Can I not travel? I'm not sure if I said it in previous updates. I might have, but Human Resources told me that I do qualify for short-term disability and FMLA somehow. So it might be because it's continuation of the same disease. I don't know. But that's great news. So there's still some of these cards that need to play out, but for now, that's the update. Great news for a change, thank God. We could definitely use some of that around here. So that's it. I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Bye. So with all that, I just want to let you know that if you're not one of the people that I notified in person or I spoke to you personally, don't take it personally. I wish I could have notified everybody in person, but as you might imagine, it's been a difficult process. It's been pretty hard on me, to be honest with you. So I was fortunate enough to be able to spread that out over a period of time, but I can't do it anymore. I would love to talk to every one of you personally, but I can't take it. I'm gonna be honest with you. And it's kind of I guess it's kind of ironic. The last person I notified today was one of my teammates, and he said that he was really surprised at my composure. And trust me, what you see and what everybody's seen of me was my absolute nugging it out and bearing down and grabbing every morsel of my faith and my inner strength to not break down when I talk to you guys. And in some cases, I was on the verge of tears. And trust me, after all those discussions and many times before those discussions, there were many, many tears shed. So I don't want to give everybody the impression that I'm some kind of superhuman or whatever. It's not the case at all. I was able to mask my pain pretty well. So just know that. I know this has been a lot to take in for everybody. And I think I'm going to
pretty much leave it there. Today was my first treatment of Keytruda, or it's also known as Pembro. I'll be putting out more information in coming days and kind of filling in the blanks and let you know kind of the road ahead and not perfect timing, and all the rest of it. But I think right now, like I said, it's a lot to take in, and I'm going to leave it there. So thanks for dropping in, and we will catch you soon, guys. All right. Thanks a lot. Bye.